Yo, 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 welcome back to the fifth round. As always, myself, Stephen Moustaris, brought to you by the Intrigue Content Network. And man, I'm sitting here just breaking down these UFC 265 fights that is this weekend, literally tomorrow night. And I know a lot of hype, and I know a lot of eyes are on this Michael Chiesa versus VIcente Luque fight, number 5 versus number 6. And man, I'm sitting here and I'm super fucking hyped for it because VIcente Luque always comes at it. And Michael Chiesa, I mean, everybody's been seeing his name all coming up. Like, who is he gonna fight? There was rumblings of him fighting Kamaru Usman for the belt, and it's like, okay, now it's both of these guys' turn. I mean, we seen VIcente Luque kind of had his chance against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, was a little setback, really good fight, but he just got outpointed, outclassed, and then he goes on a nice little tear again. And then, goes out there with his nice finish of Woodley, which a lot of people thought was very impressive, even though he got rocked a little bit. But if you watch Luque, he gets rocked every single fight. I mean, at least maybe not fully rocked, but he gets pieced up. He's definitely in there to brawl, and I love it. He's amazing. He's one of the greatest at it. And then there's Michael Chiesa, and this is where for me, I would like to consider myself a diehard fan who watches this all the time, and just comparing him to other up and coming stars. Like, if you really look at his last couple wins, and his biggest wins are like over Carlos Condit, who's old and after a bunch of injuries. And no offense to Condit, he's beating the shit out of me, but I'm saying for a top, echelon guy, he's just not quite there anymore. I think, if you look at it, he beat Diego Sanchez, who everybody knows Diego Sanchez has been in the game too long. Way too long. And then a smaller RDA, which, don't get me wrong, RDA went back down to 155, and now we all seen he's about to fight Islam and whatnot. So it's gonna be impressive. But for that win at 170, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. It was like, all right, dude, you're way bigger than RDA. This is what you should do. That's the game plan that's already been out there. And then his last win over Neil Magny, which I thought was kind of impressive, but then if you really look at it, it's Neil Magny. I love Neil Magny. He's one of my favorite fighters. I think he has like some of the most potential out there, but he just some nights he's looking amazing, and then there's nights that he's just looking kind of like he did against Chiesa, just kind of hesitant, just kind of getting worked. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sit here and pick apart what he did wrong, because the dude would kick the fuck out of me. But when it's against these high level guys that he's fighting, they're trying to get to the belt and whatnot. It's just tough for me to sit here and say Michael Chiesa is for sure going to beat VIcente Luque. I could sit here and give you my reasonings for VIcente Luque to beat Chiesa, just because of the people he's beat, and just if you look, he's like 12-3 in the UFC. Only lost, I forget who he lost to his first fight, or it was either his first or second fight in the UFC, and then he lost to Leon Edwards, and then Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Like, dude, those are two guys that for a fact can beat almost anybody at any given day. So you're not mad at losing to them. And I don't know, it's just gonna be really exciting. I know a lot of people are kind of saying it's the narrative of, if Chiesa gets it down to the ground, Luque's got problems. And if Luque keeps it standing, then Chiesa's got problems. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. If I had to put my money on it, I think this is just Vicente. I think VIcente Luque has just more experience, and I just think it's his time. I think he's breaking through. I think that win over Tyron Woodley, even though a lot of people are going to sit here and say Woodley was washed out and whatnot, but like, nobody was really finishing this guy if you really look at it, other than his blown rib against Colby Covington, which, I mean, he was definitely going to lose, but I didn't think he was going to get finished. And like, I don't think people are really putting this man out like that, and it was really impressive to see Luque do that. So I think I'm going Luque. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at a decision, but I could see it maybe 1-1 going into the third round, and maybe Luque just putting on the work and maybe getting a late finish. So, yeah, I like Luque in this fight. And I don't know, we'll see. And this is huge for both of them. I think, regardless, if Chiesa wins this, I mean, you're hearing rumblings of already him getting the fight with Usman, so that could be huge for him. Go right to it's new blood, somebody that he hasn't fought yet. And then if you look at Luque, it's like, it's his time. I think he just shapes up well against everybody in the top 5. So, but hey, this has been the 5th round. As always, myself, Stephen Moustaris, and I hope everybody has a good night.